What is up, everybody? Do you want to know how to keep African cichlids with shrimp or shrimp with African cichlids? And what I mean by that is neocardinia, you know the ones that are taking over the interwebs, the ones that everybody is putting in their planet aquarium. Well, I figured out a way to put it in my African cichlid tank. Did you know that? Huh? However, a little bit of information before we get to that. Big Fish Deal 7 is happening in the middle of February. Fritz Aquatics and myself will be there, and if you didn't know, I'm a part of the Fritz Aquatics team, and so check out their Facebook and Instagram because there's a ton of places that Fritz Aquatics is going to attend this year, and we want to see you there. More importantly, I want to see you there because if it's in your backyard, it's a fish thing, and it's a fish thing that you should be attending. So African cichlids with shrimp, it can be done, but how? Let's get to it. Always asks, what can I keep with my African cichlids? We get excited, we buy the aquarium, and we run out to the store, and we pick up all these fish, and then we go, man, I want some cool stuff. So we have to figure out what we can keep with African cichlids. Can we keep plecos? Can we keep catfish? Can we keep Midas fish? Can we keep Oscars? Can we keep parrotfish? Can we keep whatever? Can we keep it with African cichlids? And typically the answer is no, unless you think outside of the box. Now, if these fish require the same parameters, the same diet, and things like that, then I highly encourage you to think about aggression issues, size, space, things of that nature. However, if they do meet all of these requirements, but you're still afraid of something small, think outside the box, and you will find yourself mixing things that you didn't know was possible. But what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is we go out and buy an aquarium, right? And it may be a glass, it may be acrylic, it may be a combination, it may have plywood, it may have all these different things. But the idea is whenever I'm setting up an aquarium, I am working with what I have. I don't typically do this DIY work where I drill into a tank to add a sump or an overflow box. I don't do any fancy things to connect them and make these cool little mazes for my fish to cross. That is awesome. However, it's not something that I do. So if I see an aquarium, I like it, I buy it because I like the price, or maybe it's just sitting there and I can have it, then that is exactly what I am doing. I am taking, buying, receiving that item for what it is. So case in point, the tank right here. This is a 220, 72, actually maybe more than that, 72 by 27 by 27. It does have a PVC bottom, so there are holes on the bottom. I thought about a sump, but then I said, why don't I just do canister filters? That would be perfectly fine because I wasn't ready to take the deep dive into a sump yet again. However, the tank you see right here is a regular glass box, something similar that you can pick up at your local fish store. It is a 60 by 20 by 20 with a stand. Those have canisters. You can run hang on the backs, you can run sponges, whatever you want, but I'm not drilling it. Are you feeling it? However, the tank right here that you are still not gonna see, I don't apologize, but I do apologize. I need about 10 more days to get everything squared away. However, filtration's been good. The fish that are in there currently are good. The aquascaping or the rock work is fantastic. It is on point. It is dramatic. It looks sweet. However, we added a sump because this tank that we bought has an overflow box in the center. This particular tank is from Universal Tanks. Universal Rocks, if you didn't know, makes tanks. I got this, I purchased the stand and canopy separate, and well, I'm working with what I have. So I did want to run canister for mechanical and chemical, but I wanted to run a sump for a much larger water system. So that's what I did. I got this amazing sump. It is called the Freedom 400. It's perfect. I want to say it's 4 feet long, if not longer. And it is perfect for what I'm doing because it expands my water volume and it allows a lot of versatility in terms of filtration. However, I still got an FX6 tied to this bad boy. But you're thinking, hey dummy, this video is about African cichlids and shrimp. Well, that's where it gets better, I hope. However, we aren't thinking outside the box in terms of what we can do. We go, this is what we have, this is what I'm doing, that's it. Well, did you know that you can turn your sump into another aquarium? And if you keep species or something in the smaller form factor that won't get sucked up into the return, you can keep things like shrimp with African cichlids. I'm about to show you how we did it, why we did it, and how awesome it looks as another tank under a tank built into filtration, and it's called a refugium.
Wow.
And whether you have a refugium for a saltwater aquarium or a freshwater aquarium, it plays the same role. It can help you reduce nitrates, it can help you quarantine fish in terms of smaller fish, waiting for them to get much bigger, and it will also help you to add things in the system that may not necessarily do very well in the main system, but can help play a vital role within the ecosystem of this closed water, ocean, lake, pond atmosphere that you are trying to replicate inside your room. If I didn't do the research and I didn't talk to a few people to think outside of this box, I would have never, ever thought to do what we did. It's the first time we've kept shrimp, it's the first time we've kept snails, and it's the first time that we are keeping such a small system planted with some really cool action. Are you ready? Let's take a look. So the really neat thing about this is you can keep whatever you want, including these bad boys. Look at them, feasting on the nasties. However, you can keep whatever you want within a sump as long as the water parameters are good. So as you can see, I've got the bio coming in right here. This is what we call a refugium. This is harboring the plants, the shrimp, the snails, and then you've got your return. But let's talk about this bad boy. So this system houses roughly about 15 to 20 shrimp. I'm talking everything from some reds, yellows, oranges, blues, dark colors, see-through. I don't know any of the cool names, but it also harbors some snails. I thought he was gonna fall, and he did, but you're not gonna see it on camera. Now, what's great about this system is, one, it remains, oh, there he goes. It remains planted, shrimp to the top. And it helps to reduce the nitrates. So when all of these animals inside here are breaking things down, it makes it easier for the plants to absorb its nutrients. When the plants are absorbing its nutrients, sucking things out of the water, it is then making the water a much better system, much longer for the fish above. Let's show you. I'm just kidding, you're not gonna see it. So what this is really cool for is not only maximum filtration, but it is really cool for having another aquarium in another aquarium built into your filtration underneath, hidden away. Trying to figure out how to make another aquarium appear in your room? Your significant other would never notice. Because it's part of your sump, it's part of your filtration, and it's helping in the total grand scheme of things. Look at that shrimp eating up all the nasties and helping these plants grow. So this has been set up for roughly about a week. All snails are alive. I have not counted all the shrimp. However, I believe all of the shrimp are accounted for. And I can't tell you for 100% fact. I've got plants, various plants. I've got some guppy grass. Oh, let's check this guy out. So overall, you can keep shrimp with cichlids, whether you're keeping Tanganyikan community, whether you're keeping Tropheus, or whether you're keeping monsters, which are above. However, what's really cool is it allows you to work with something that you wouldn't normally be able to work with, especially if you're limited for space. And it allows us to experience species that we never thought we would be able to keep before. Especially these mystery snails. They sure do like to suck everything. But there it is, pretty simple, pretty awesome, pretty effective, and honestly, it helps me learn about plants. It helps me learn about the shrimp and snails, like I said before. And it's no harm to my system. It only benefits it. Exactly what I've been trying to do, and that's thinking outside of these boxes. real quick rundown of what's in this bad boy is all the plants are from Flip Aquatics. I got guppy grass, I got some swords, I got some micro sag stuff, I've got some mystery snails like this bad boy here. I've got some real river stone that I had that I picked up at a local fish store in a little bucket. And then I've got the Universal Rocks Riverstone collection in there. I think there's 3 of them, and that's it. The light is a Phoenix light. It's pretty snazzy. It does the job, and it does the job well. And that is all that I've added to this bad boy. No secrets. Oh, actually, I have used the secret sauce from Aquarium Co-op. I just started dosing that bad boy. If you know what I mean, it's the secret sauce, and it's from Aquarium Co-op. So that's it. Pretty simple. Plants, snails, shrimp. 20 shrimp were ordered, 3 snails were ordered, a bunch of other bunch of other snails showed up, and that's all she wrote for this bad boy. The Phoenix light is the nano light. You can find it on Aquarium Co-op. You can find it at other places as well if you don't shop at Aquarium Co-op. However, it all works. It's all thriving. I'm excited. Thank you so much for watching. Now to end this video in a more normal fashion. So what did we learn today? That we can keep things with African cichlids that people tell us we can't. Now, if that system was much bigger and I didn't use that specific compartment, maybe I used the other compartment, I could have set up something far bigger and far more elaborate. Maybe a little ravine, a river setup, something that matches the pH and the temperatures that would experience in either ecosystems. And that's what's amazing, is I'm able to do this underneath an African cichlid tank that a couple years ago, I would have never thought of. If you did watch the video, we switched out the light, and I have to say that it is doing amazing for that vivarium and dart frogs. However, I'm only seeing 2, so I think the inevitable happened, and it was removing the 3rd one so that they can be together. Sick, weird, and twisted, but it's the circle of life. You know what's next. Holla!